I just saw a player named Voldemort Jenkins. I have now officially seen everything. Oh my god. Oh god, it hurts. Everything hurts. Sorry, I've got the heating pad on my shoulder today. Or on my back... my shoulder plate? Yeah, I think that's the right term. I'm trying not to move too much today. Ah. Okay, today we'll be doing what I usually refer to as Lakeshire. This is actually the Redridge Mountains, but... yeah, I generally just call this place Lakeshire. I don't really have a good reason why. It's just that's how I remembered it, and that's what I keep calling it. Like, forever. I suppose if I wanted to argue it, I could say that the Redridge Mountains kind of got nuked, and so that's why I'm calling it that. But... instead, I'm just going to go ahead and call it Lakeshire, because that's what I've always called it, since all the way back in vanilla. So technically, there's no flight here, so what actually I would encounter on my way in is this tower. Remember when this was like this pathetic little guard post? Anyone remember that back in vanilla? And these fortifications weren't here and all that. See, the thing was, as I've mentioned before, but to reiterate, because I know not everyone's watching the whole run. Back in vanilla, Onyxia was, what's the word? Evil. Back in vanilla, Onyxia was evil. And she, kind of withdrew, like, all military support from Westfall, Lakeshire, and Duskwood, and Stranglethorn Vale. Like, pulled all of the overall troops of the Stormwind Kingdom just out of these areas under the faulty pretense of protecting the actual kingdom itself, and then just kind of sent them off to do whatever, because, yeah, get them out of the way kind of a situation. So, pretty much all of these zones were dealing with an absence of proper military. So one of the common themes running through all of them was you were working with the militia to try and fix the local problems. And ironically enough, that fits the adventuring motif very well, doesn't it? What I mean by that, for those not aware, one of the biggest questions that tends to be asked in any given game where you are an adventurer is, why aren't the local guards dealing with this? Why isn't the military dealing with this? And so good, well-designed stories will usually have a specific reason, either for why you are needed in a situation, or maybe you're helping in a situation, or to explain why the military isn't doing their job in any given circumstance. So back in vanilla, they just made it so the military was gone. In Cataclysm, it's more like you are assisting the military rather than actually doing all of this by yourself. But I think right here helps demonstrate the difference most severely, because we have this brand new Alliance Tower they've actually finally made in this region to finally actually, take care of Lakeshire. Now this is funny, right here. You see this? Absolutely no transients, no exceptions. I point this out because some people have wondered, well, why are all the people fleeing from Stormwind and Elwyn going to Westfall? Because Westfall's the only zone that took them. Now, you could argue they could go to Duskwood, and then I'm just going to look at you for a moment, and then you'll explain why to me anyone would want to go to Duskwood. But they couldn't go to Lakeshire. They literally had people set up at the boundaries of Lakeshire to prevent transients and refugees and otherwise to evacuate here. So, the Alliance military, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, in fairness, it's more the Stormwind military, but still, really? By the order of the Stormwind Royal Guard, all gnolls in the region, known as the Three Corners, are to be wanted dead. I do, in fact, have a green screen. Mine is fairly flat. I do iron it semi-regularly to flatten it out, because creases are inevitable. Especially when it first came out of the package, it had creases all over the place. Another tip is once you've got it hanging up, spray it lightly with like some Febreze or just water, really. And then some of those creases will fold themselves out just as it's hanging there.
Hey there.
I need your help, dwarf. Our rations have run out and the guards are getting hungry. They're clamoring for my world-famous franks and beans. But I have no ingredients. In order to make franks and beans, I need Gortusk kidneys, condor giblets, and tarantula eyes.
Have a good one.
Oh, hey, someone noticed. So yes, I'd like to give a public thanks to PAX for, it's on a stand, Horton. I'd like to give a public thanks to PAX for dragging me to and through Moradon a few times to get the sniper rifle. So we now actually have a really cool transmog that we're probably going to be using for the rest of this character's existence.
What can I do for you?
Damn, worthless gnolls are up to no good. I can feel it in my bones. Gnoll activity in this area has tripled in the last 2 weeks. I fear they may be mounting up to make an assault on Lakeshire. I need you to head to the Gnoll camps and gather any information you can.
Go with honor, friend.
This is kind of a nice callback. That guard's actually been here since vanilla, and his wife actually used to give you a quest to bring him lunch, because he's out there working so hard all the time and yada yada yada. And yes, this is the gun from yesterday that we bothered to go get. Like I said, thanks again to PAX. I could not solo Moradon. I spent, and I kid you not, well, I believe it was 46 minutes traveling from... So my character was here in Lakeshire, and I went in Hearth Tier just to go ahead and get it over with. And I spent 46 minutes, and I timed it, to get from here to Moradon. Because... yeah. Also, that actually makes a lot of sense, Zawon. I didn't actually think about that. That's probably one of the more interesting explanations for what ley lines are that I've ever heard. Ley lines are people! Sort of. But yeah, we have an awesome gun now. Big ol' sniper scope. Bam! So let's see what the Null battle plans are, shall we? Step 1, kill! Step 4, sleep? Step 2, eat. Step 1, poop. Interesting. Hi, Kingarian. What's up? Bingo, that is correct, Zawon. So I spent a little time while I was hastily getting stuff ready this morning, thinking about if I could, if they unleashed all racial restrictions, you could play any race, any class, any side, who I would change to what. I have to admit, I'd probably have less than 4 Blood Elves and 3 Forsaken at that point if they did that. I don't know. What about you guys? Would you change any of your characters to another race if you had the opportunity to do so? AOP delete. Also known as Kirby! Don't think I didn't know. I would change a few of mine. I'd have to think about it. Although there's a neat feature that I just discovered today, so check this out real quick, okay? So you get Mogget up, right? Go to Preview, New Previews, there's me. Load the current gear, right? And then you can just pick your race and say, okay, well, what would I look like if I was this other race? Now, obviously, I'm not wearing an actual transmog suit right now, but this is something you could do to see what you'd look like on a different race. How would I look like on a Pandaren? Oh, God, it's horrifying! And you can switch gender, too, if you feel like it. I could be walking around like... where is it? Like this, right now. Behold! But, seriously, it's just a neat little feature if you want to think about that kind of thing. Ugh. I'm actually torn if I change my Tauren, and the only reason why is I actually specifically made my Tauren a character named Noxaith, who is actually a member of the Bastion, who is this really big guy. A big, muscular, not like super ridiculously hulked out. I mean like actual real life musculature, and I specifically made him that character because I had to make a Tauren. It was a restriction. So I'm like, well, would I change him to anyone else now? I'm not sure. I have to think about that now. But I'd probably change a lot of my characters around if I could. It's okay, OP Delete. I'll keep your secret. And there's only like, what, 20 viewers on right now or something like that, so your secret is safe with us. Let's see what the other null plans are. You attack from down there. We attack from up here. Meet in middle. Best attack plans ever. Hey, G-Juice. Let me think about it. I think I actually have more Blood Elves. Hang on, I've got 3 Forsaken. I was right about that. Yeah, I have 4 Blood Elves and 3 Forsaken. Oh my god. Yeah, hypothetically. So obviously, because we can't actually do that. I'd have no idea how to answer that question, Mindlust. As I've pointed out before, anyone, and this is lore, this is not me just being like, we should all be any race. Any given race, any given person can learn magic. All they need is to be able to dedicate themselves sufficiently to it. Or have some kind of, what's the term for that? Bridge between them and the arcane that assists them in doing that. So it wouldn't be surprising to me, for example, to have a troll who literally makes a deal with a Loa for the Loa to teach the troll arcane magic, or for a troll who just attends, a Blood Elf university or some other university in order to learn. I mean, orcs know arcane magic too, after all. It's not like they don't have options for where they could learn it from. They probably wouldn't be welcomed in Lorerun, especially now. Thanks, Jaina. But, yeah. So I gotta be honest, this zone kind of sucked back in the day. I know, I've said that about a lot of vanilla zones. And there's a reason for that. Hey, Darker. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep calling him Loa. It's the same damn thing. That's right, Cenarius. You're a Loa. And I've always suspected it, and I was freaking right. Trying to hide it from me. Anyways, so yeah, this zone kind of sucked back in the day. There was a degree of a story here. Not too much of one, but it was more than a lot of vanilla zones, so, credit where credit is due. The overall story here back in vanilla was basically a lot of foreshadowing that most people probably never actually realized was foreshadowing, as they were leading up to the Black Dragon Flight story arc and the Nefarian story arc, aka the primary story arc of vanilla. Are there no condors around here? Seriously? It was basically just how this entire town was completely abandoned by the Alliance military and was undergunned and under siege from these orcs. Violent orcs. And they actually, one of the funny things is back in vanilla, they kept making a point how these aren't the orcs of the Horde, so don't think they're going to be your allies or your friends. Like they had to actually tell the players that these are not your allies, even though they're orcs. I love that little tidbit. Probably really strong Zolan. Especially in this setting. Holy crap. Aha! Thought I saw one just now. Apparently not. Oh well. I don't actually have much else to share about this place. I do like the new storyline here, although some people don't, and I get why. It's because it's referential again. So, you know, it's understandable. I get it. I get it. Yes, there was darker. Didn't last very long. For obvious reasons. There we go. I've got your frickin' disgusting Franks and garbage. Oh yeah, here's the null strategy guide. This document is blank. Correction. This document was used recently as toilet paper.
How are you?
Have you got my ingredients? Perfect. I'll put these in the pot right away. Dinner should be ready in a few hours. Thanks, darling.
Safe travels.
I, of course, loved the new quest in this zone, but maybe that's because I remember how terrible this place was in vanilla. I don't know. You know, comparison kind of a thing.
Light be with you.
A job well done deserves a reward, wouldn't you say? Here. Don't spend this all in one place. Better to spread it around, if you catch my drift.
For the Alliance.
Hey, Dakota.
Greetings.
Did you find the null plans? I knew it! Looks like Yowler's behind this uprising. Which is incredible, because we keep killing gnolls named Yowler. I don't know how many sons the original Yowler had, but it's got to be close to 100. Looks like we got ourselves another Yowler to kill. The magistrate must be notified. Here's the report. Take it to Lakeshire, located north of the tower. Deliver it to Magistrate Solomon. Inform him we need a more comprehensive solution for dealing with the gnolls. Suggest explosives. Lots of explosives. Stick to the road if you know what's good for you. What's good for you is staying alive, by the way. In case you don't know what's good for you. Because, you know, you... Never mind.
Be careful.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I think I get it. Falling damage for suckers. I guess I don't actually mind referential stuff in general, like regardless, as long as it's at least well presented. So that's one of the reasons it doesn't bother me as much. So all you're going to hear me say is, here's another zone with referential stuff, and then I'm just going to move on because it doesn't bother me. I will say I really like the actual quests here in Cata. You know, the actual stuff you do, the actual mechanics and the objectives, that kind of a thing. Trying to think, they had some significant referential stuff in here. They had a couple things in Westfall. Really, it wasn't that referential. There was like 3 quests that were the CSI thing, and the rest of it was all about the Twilight's Hammer. You know, the Defias regrowing, and then there's Oldham. And I'm trying to think, what other zones got some referential stuff? Check it out. This quest is completely unchanged from vanilla. Just thought I'd point that out. Also, you'll notice neither of them are flagged as Alliance. Horde could actually do these quests. I don't know if that's still true, but I know it was true back in the day, because I've done it. It was kind of interesting, but it was doable. Well, wow, there's quite a line here. Excuse me, pardon me. Dwarf, excuse me, pardon me. Pardon me, excuse me.
King's honor, friend. Light bless you. Well met.
I heard about the Defias making a return. Terrible news. Wish I had better news, but it appears Lakeshire's under attack! Again!
For the Alliance.
Where did I put my monocle? Conacher, is that you? Oh, you're not Conacher. What do you got there? Oh, for pity's sakes, Yowler again? Please help me. The last of my Fembers left. Everyone else has been kidnapped. More of our citizens go missing every day. We think the gnolls are responsible, but we have no idea where they're taking them. If you're to help us defeat the gnolls and find our people, you must be properly equipped. Unfortunately, we're all out of gnome recorders. Without a gnome recorder, there's no way to communicate with you in the field. Our last good gnome recorder was stolen by the marauding murlocs last week. I like how gnome recorders have spread across the Alliance, you know?
Be careful.
You better do something. You're going to have a riot on your hands, Solomon. Yep. Magistrate Solomon, a.k.a. General Useless.
Good day to you.
Hey, if you're heading out to Everstill, you'll be happy to know we have a bounty on murlocs. Kill... any murloc will do. All you need to do is kill indiscriminately. You'll find Lake Everstill directly east of Lakeshire. It's the lake. It has water in it. Any of this ring a bell?
Have a good one.
The gnolls have never been aggressive like this, Solomon. Tell us what's going on. My children were kidnapped while they slept. I want answers, Solomon. No justice, no peace. Where's the help we requested from Stormwind? You know, that's a good question. How long do we have to stand here before our pleas are heard? So, there's probably a term for this, but there's a type of warrior who's on the front lines and fighting, who isn't just a good combatant, but inspires their men to do better and to accomplish more. Whatever that is, that's what Varian is. I usually refer to that as a general, because he also does admittedly have a head for tactics, but not everything. Stormwind's army is busy fapping off. That's what they're doing. See, I usually think of an officer as a little bit different. You know, like Cisco in Deep Space Nine. He's a good example of the variant thing. Hey, it's a gnome recorder. Sweet. There were a lot of murlocs around here. We'll just call him a hybrid class between a bard and a warrior. Oh, you're hilarious, Zavon. You know what? I'm okay with indiscriminately killing Alliance soldiers. No, I kid. That would be terrible. Yeah, but that's only when the general isn't the single strongest unit in his army. This is Warcraft. The generals usually need to be on the front lines in this setting. Usually, not always. Now, in real life, where generals are weak, squishy idiots, yeah, sure, I totally agree with you on that. Or not idiots, weaklings, weaklings. Wrong word, wrong word. But, yeah. Just gonna stand here. And then kill! Okay, we're good. Yes, I have Venetia and after Cataclysm. Despite the referential stuff. Well, I have met a couple in my life, so but I should probably keep my mouth shut. There's actually a freaking term that I'm trying to think of. I've heard it referenced before, in reference to Cisco. It doesn't matter. Oh, line officer? Is that it? Hang on, let me look that up really quick. Because a line, if I'm thinking of the right thing, a line officer isn't just a regular officer. It's a leader who is right up there on the front line. Nah, maybe that's not it. Basically, that's not it. Whatever, I give up. Moving on.
Hello.
That's what I think Varian is. The guy who leads from the front and inspires his men and has a decent head for tactics. Not the best, just decent. Better than Greymane. Anyways, that ought to teach those Murlocs a lesson. Hopefully they'll think twice before they raid our town. We both know that won't happen.
See you around.
Wow, I love how cynical these people are.
Need help?
You get the gnome recorder? Excellent. Let me make a few adjustments here. We'll be good to go. Alright, looks like it's in working order. I've got it all hooked up. We just need to tune it to your reception. Head north of Lakeshire and follow the road up to the graveyard. Once you reach the summit, I'll attempt to transmit.
Go with honor, friend.
I'm not sure I would call what commissars do inspiring, personally.
Hello.
Maybe inspiring to, like, commit suicide, or maybe inspiring to, you know, go AWOL.
See you later.
What? Oh yeah, by the way, they finally finished the bridge. For those of you not aware, this bridge took a ridiculously long time to build. It was like in construction back in vanilla. And look, they finally finished it, guys. Stormwind does occasionally build stuff not related to the military.
Well met.
We were raided last night, maybe the night before. Not really sure. I haven't had a wink of sleep in 3 days. I'm probably delusional at this point. Listen, Knowles raided our supply stores and took everything. It's like a fart in the wind. They were out and they're out! Or, excuse me, they were in and they were out. My soldiers saw them running back towards the canyons. Please recover our supplies, Hunter.
Light bless you.
I wonder why all these bridge workers are trying to push this rock. Ah, well, I'm sure it's not relevant. Hey, Sonic. What's up? They appear to have an Etten problem around here. Where's the... Oh, okay. No, I do not, Darker. Can you hear me? Just hang on. There you are. Let's get to work. First order of business is to romp through the canyons directly north. Kill every gnome you see. Whoops. Did I say gnome? Ha ha ha! I meant gnoll. Kill every gnoll you see and take their collars as proof. I warn you, while you're out there, watch out for the Ettins. My scouts report seen huge, bloodthirsty Ettins roaming the canyons lately. Stay out of their way if you want to remain alive. Yes, I know, Hylisk. I know exactly what the commissaires do. In-game, in the video game, and in the tabletop. I'm well aware. They're horrible. Oh. I'm not sure if you can get any more. Let's find out. Where's the... Hang on. Oh, you know what? I'll do it this way. I think this is a rare drop now, just like Memoron's Head or Invincible off of Garrosh. And I believe it has to be normal and up to get it. I'm not 100% sure on that because I haven't even tried for it. We have only very recently been good enough to two-man Siege of Orgrimmar. Actually, I don't... No, I'm sorry. We didn't two-man it. We four-manned it. My bad. So, yeah. We could kill some Ettins. I don't know, though. I'm kind of a live and let live kind of a guy, in general. Especially when it's some giant thing with wielding a tree trunk as a weapon. Yeah, like I said, same thing they did with Memron's head and the Invincible. Hey, Kiriashi, excuse me. There was a scroll on that one. You've stumbled upon a null document. The null that wrote this propaganda is semi-literate. Brothers of Yowler, hear Dirtpaw. Dirtpaw, give an orb from orcs. Dirtpaw, control ettin things. Dirtpaw, crush humies. Come get Dirtpaw, Pawograph. Pawograph? In Rethman Cave. Cave is west of Canyon. There's a paw print as a signature. There's also a bite taken out of the scroll. Speaking of which, has anyone played the new Warhammer 40k game that just came out? A Bloodborne board game. Why? Well, Knowles, actually there is a little bit of lore about that, right? Just a tiny bit. Basically, Knowles don't do signatures because their names are fluid. They don't have one name. They can change their name at will. So they don't identify themselves by their name. They identify themselves by their paw print. So that's actually what they do. Legitimately. You know, the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure the new Warhammer 40k game, like every other Warhammer 40k game, is just called Warhammer 40k, the game. Hang on, I'll look it up. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's called Regicide. Regicide is the name of the game. I think. Yep, it's Regicide. Hi, Magister. Yeah, the tile-based one. Apparently this came out in September, which is weird because it literally came across my radar this week. Like, it was like, hey, here's a advertisement for Regicide, and I literally got that advert this week. So I have no idea what's up with that. Hey, Jengies. No, Zawan, no. Just no. The regicidal regent. All he does is kill himself. So let's go ahead and read this quest here. Upon touching the orb, you hear a faint click. You remove the orb from the pedestal, and you now control the orb and are the most powerful dwarf in all the lands. Therefore, you can now control the Ettins. Maybe, you could use the Ettin to remove the huge boulder currently crushing Foreman Oslo at Lakeshire. What do you guys think? Should we go save that poor idiot? Good work, Deutsch. She's just been handed some important information. It appears they're our most hated enemy. The Blackrock Orcs have wised up. Transferred you silver over to you for the gnome kills. No kills. It appears the Blackrock Orcs have finally wised up. I'm getting reports they're joining forces with the Gnolls and planning an attack. I need you to check out Rethbane Caverns, located in the western regions of Redridge. Look for orcs with dark skin. Kill any you encounter. Solomon out. What? I'm the greatest dwarf in all the lands, and I challenge anyone to contest me on it. I'll get straight up to Ironforge, take over Moira's seat myself. Then I'll conquer all the rest of the lands, force the gnomes into a alliance of partnership, and with our technological might, we'll take the fight to the Night Elves. Tell them to stop being such hoses. Anyways. Wow, that sounds terrible to go to. Not the eating part, the... You know, you know what I mean. You don't understand, the one. I just want to make the dwarven people great again. And I'm just saying, with Moira gone and the Night Elves gone, we'll truly create a great dwarven empire. Gosh darn it. Probably not, Magister. This is Warcraft 1, remember. I'm amazed we'll see Ironforge. The dwarves really weren't involved in the First War. Yes, I know, it's an alternate history, but still. It's unlikely. Oh, God, my neck. And of course that jackass is killing all the other Ettins around here. Yeah, the movies are completely unconnected to Warcraft. In every way that actually matters. It's not actually Warcraft 1 being... like it's a reimagining, is what I tend to call that. The point of the movie is it's Warcraft 1, the movie. It's trying to bring Warcraft to the big screen and try to show off what Warcraft would look like if it was more realistic, for lack of a better term. Actually, yeah, that's a good parallel. For anybody who watches Game of Thrones, it's like comparing Game of Thrones to the Song of Fire and Ice. The two are different stories. They are not the same. Similar, but different. So, we'll see if the movie's any good or not, because that's what'll actually determine, you know, its validity in existing. I'm just gonna hang out here for a moment, wait for the event to reset up there. Oh my god. One thing to keep in mind, by the way, at this point in time, is that Nefarian's forces are effectively broken. The Dark Horde doesn't even exist anymore. So like I mentioned back in the human starter zone, in the Northshire area, where's the button? I guess it's not here. Hey, do it. Do it.
Light be with you.
Hang on.
Be careful.
Free him. Damn you. There we go. Rock not so heavy. Where Tro? Tro on bridge? Anywhere but the bridge. We just finished building that thing. Okay. Me Tro and water. Stomp, 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 stomp. Stomp. Yes. Me get rid of puny rock. Yay. Bye-bye, Daddy. Bye. What was I saying? I'm actually looking forward to seeing Warcraft perceived in a more realistic, aka as if they were actual people, kind of a light. As much as I like the CGI aesthetic of WoW of the Warcraft style, and I always have, I am curious to see what they do with it. And I love the look of Stormwind from what we've seen so far. But again, whether or not the movie will be good or not, who frickin' knows? Not a clue. Excuse me, pardon me.
King's honor, friend.
You used an Etten to remove the boulder that was crushing the foreman. Incredible work! Oslo will be grateful once he regains his composure.
For the Alliance.
Well, it's funny you say that, Zawan, because I think they actually did a good job with the orcs, from what I've seen so far. Maybe that's just me. But I do think the orcs actually look like orcs, and I kind of like what they've done with them. Not sure what I think of the dwarf. We only saw him for like half a second. So I have no idea what to make of that one. Okay. The red area is anything I haven't explored, Grey Wolf. Honestly, I doubt we'll see elves in the movie, really. Hey, Lulu. If we do see elves, I'm sure it'll be barely noticeable. It's not like we don't know what elves can look like, because we've already had Lord of the Rings, you know? The other thing I'm very curious about, though... Oh, hello. You found what you're looking for? Yes, what do we get? What do we get? This entire page is written in Orcish. Damn it. Put the missive in the little compartment so I can read it. I'm fluent in Orcish. You are, huh? You hear a distraught yell in the background. Looks like these orcs are here under the direct command of Yowler. So... This is terrible. This is great. So, for those... I want to stress this, okay? The Blackrock Orcs used to be one of the strongest factions in this general region, under the personal command of Nefarian, and backed by the Black Dragonflight, and also supported by, I forget which tribe, but a tribe of trolls and a tribe of ogres. Part of the Dark Horde, right? Big, massive, powerful organization. Now the Blackrock Orcs are working for the Gnolls. That's not true across the board, of course, but I mean, that just shows how far they've fallen. You need to find Yowler. He's located somewhere in the northern reach of the canyons. Kill that mongrel! Search his corpse for the invasion plan. Should you succeed, bring the plans to me. Solomon out. One thing I'm curious of is... of course, I want to know if the movie will be good. Duh. You know, just because it's Warcraft doesn't make it good. Just because it's done by Team A or People A doesn't make it good. You know, that can only be determined when the movie actually comes out. But if it is financially successful, there's actually a pretty decent chance that we might see a Warcraft 2 movie. And I have to admit, I'm a little more interested in seeing a Warcraft 2 movie than I am a Warcraft 1 movie. Warcraft 2 feels a little bit more movie material, if you know what I mean. There are... Yes, exactly, Magister. That's kind of the point. The only Blackrock Orcs left here are the Dregs and the Peons. I know, Hylos. Although maybe they did. So yeah, these are the pathetic Blackrock orcs, the ones who were abandoned by most of their kin, who went off to join Garrosh's disgusting horde. And yeah. Now, there I'm going to have to disagree with you, Darker, for a reason I've said many, many, many years. I'll go and help him out here. And the reason is really, really simple. The same reason why I think Jurassic Park the movie was a good move. The first one, I mean. For those of you not aware of what I'm talking about, Jurassic Park the movie was really different from Jurassic Park the book. Like it might as well have been a separate story. It was inspired in the same way, but otherwise a completely new tale. I was in favor of that then, and you know, having gone back with age and experience and reason, I am hugely in favor of that now, because a book does not translate that well to a movie. Neither does a game, and we've seen that many, many, many times. So I've always said that adhering too closely to canon when making a movie adaptation is a bad thing. That's just my take on that. It's one of the reasons I praise the Lord of the Rings movies, which did not actually adhere to the books uniformly. It's one of the reasons why I praise the MCU, which barely adhere at all to the comics. So... Sorry, I didn't feel like waiting anymore. Now, I want to stress, by the way, that's not... I'm not trying to get into the is the movie or the book better debate. That's not even part of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is I like the fact that they were different, because I feel it was a better way to translate it up onto the big screen. The first thing... Jurassic Park, the movie, is based on Jurassic Park, the book. Like... I can't even come up with a good example. I usually go to Jurassic Park as my go-to example, because it's one of the most changed works when going from book to movie. I mean, holy crap. Because they can't kill orcs. That is so stupid!
What can I do for you?
Ah, you have the Blackrock invasion plans? Shadowhide army. Damn those orcs to hell. These invasion plans speak of a massive buildup of orc and null forces. No! Looks like Gathil Lizarg, the Blackrock general, is preparing to march his armies across Lakeshire and attack Stormwind directly. I want to stress again, these are pathetic orcs here, and gnolls.
Go with honor, friend. Greetings.
Did you ever heard of John Keeshan? I was his commanding officer through all 3 great wars. Let me tell you, that man has killed more orcs than any man alive. If anyone can stop the Blackrock orcs, it's John J. Keeshan. We need him to help us, or Lakeshire will be nothing more than a mound of rubble and ash after that massive Blackrock army marches through Elwind. I heard he was fighting in an underground club at the Lakeshire Inn.
Light bless you.
I like that quote. What are we paying your guards and our taxes if you can't even keep gnolls out? You know, that is a good question. Stormwind are military, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even going to comment on this. Help you? Help these people? These people would rather spit on me than crack a smile? I can't do a Sylvester Stallone impression, so I'm not even going to try. They asked me to fight in those wars. I didn't ask them. I did what I had to win, so I ended up getting captured by those filthy, crap-swilling maggot orcs, and for 5 years they used me as a toilet. Finally, I break out and head back to my hometown. What do I get? People spitting on me, protesting me, calling me baby orc killer, and all kinds of crap. No, I don't think I'll be helping you. You go back to Trope and tell them this ain't my war. Okay. Yeah, no kidding, Takoida. Imagine if someone intelligent was running the Defias organization right now, and rather than staging a big, massive, obvious attack, decided to just move in and take over underneath the seams, you know. Hey, Charlord.
Need help?
I'm not giving up on him, Deutsch. And I'm not giving up on Redridge. We need to boost his spirits. Rouse the slumbering monster within him.
For the Alliance. Be careful.
What I'm about to ask you isn't going to be easy to accomplish. Keeshan left everything back there in that orc prison. And I'm not just talking about his soul or his will to live. If we're going to get Johnny ready for war, we need to recover his prized possessions. The orcs now hold his bow and his survival knife. Head to the mill and kill his lieutenants. They've got his gear.
Go with honor, friend.
If you and Keeshan are going to defend Lakeshire, we're going to need to find his old battalion. Last I heard of him, Messner, Jorgensen, Crowker, and Danforth were all captured by Blackrock Orps. I don't know where they could possibly be, or if they're alive, but I'd be a damned fool if I didn't ask you to try and find them.
Light bless you.
That is true, Psychotic. But think of the potential. She could have ruled an empire! I'm pretty sure this is not that guy, Genghis. He's dead. The guy you're thinking of. Excuse me. Okay.
You need something?
Hey, my savior. I've heard you're on a mission to save Lakeshire and my bridge. Yep. Worked too damn long on that thing to get it destroyed by an army of marauding orc monsters. Listen, if you're heading up north, would you do me a solid, get some spy glasses? I could use them for new surveying gear.
See you later.
What can I do for you?
See, that's why we should have killed her and taken over the Defias. Heading up north, huh? How about you wage your own little war against the Blackrock monsters? What do you say? Kill any Blackrock orc you see. Kill them until your skin turns red and splattered from blood, and then come back to me and I'll pay you handsomely.
Go with honor, friend.
You want me to splatter myself with orc blood? Okay. Do I have a quota? Are you going to weigh the blood that you scrape off of me when I come back? Is that how this is working out? I mean, okay, you know. It's a living, as they would say in Flintstones. That's right, there was that quest back in Manila. There was... I'm just following orders, WKC. I don't know what to make of it. That's what they want. I suppose that's what they'll get. So, one of the other amusing quest chains here back in Vanilla was a quest chain about going after the diabolical leader.
GTL, friend. Gambling, tinkering, laundry.
Here, I'll just trade with you through the bars, apparently, buddy.
Glad I could help.
Anyways. There was this warlock who had basically organized together the Null tribes in the area and was going to conquer Lakeshire with them. Now, this was funny for two reasons. Number one, because it's just kind of pathetic when you actually think about it. But number two, it's exceptionally pathetic because the only reason it would succeed is how incredibly undefended Lakeshire was at this point in history. And I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure they're properly being defended again. So let's see. Last time, 4 years ago, there was no Stormwind military presence here because of Nixia and, her machinations. This time, there's no military Stormwind presence here because they're off fighting the Horde. Yay? It's a good thing Garrosh is an idiot, because he probably should have won this war with how badly things were being managed behind the lines for the Alliance. I mean, God's sakes. Welcome back, Nicholas. Probably psychotic, especially since the Gurubashi were actually pretty strong back in vanilla. You know, that's a good question to quite. Who's in favor of putting Onyxia back in charge, guys? All in favor. At least things were just as bad under her reign. Am I right? In fairness, you know what? I take that back. I don't want Onyxia in charge, but Nefarian, I could get behind that. Let's have a leader with a brain in command. Hideously evil, but he does have a brain. You know what? Sure, psychotic. Why not? There's also the, oh, shoot. I can't think of their names all of a sudden. Hang on. Give me a second to look it up. I can't think of... So if you play an Orc Rogue... there was, back in vanilla, I haven't done this since vanilla, there was a quest where you'd go into Orgrimmar and become part of insert organization name here, which I can't remember. And they'd be like, aha! We are, you know, we're basically the SI-7 equivalent. Alongside, of course, the Shadowhunters, as Hylas just mentioned. So, there are two things that I have to say about GURPS. The positive thing is the character creation and monster creation thing. I rather like that. The negative thing is everything else. Is it? Oh, so it is. So, I'm not sure if I would want to do a GURPS system for Warcraft, but I can tell you how I do a tabletop system for Warcraft, because I've already done it. I've actually already made Warcraft into a custom pen and paper setup, and I've even done some test adventures with it. Worked out pretty well, actually. I have barely poked at Fate, so I can't comment on it with any you know, strength or validity. Is that the Shattered Hand? Like I said, this was in vanilla. I have not played an Orc Rogue in an exceptionally long time. So, not sure if that's them or not. I think we'll go ahead and move on for now. We've got a lot of Orc blood on us. There were actually only two classes I refused to make in pen and paper. Literally refused. Monk and Death Knight. Now, I can explain my reasoning. In my opinion, as a player, GM, and game designer in general, the single biggest flaw of all pen and paper is the slog that it becomes when it gets to combat. Right? I don't know if anybody agrees with me on that, but that's my opinion, and I've had that opinion for a long time. So I've always tried to streamline the actual combat itself, so that it's a lot less of, alright, hang on. Roll this. Alright, so add 15 to that, and 6 to that. 12 to that. Okay, so if I add this, hang on. What's his AC again? 15. Okay, so 15. I do this. Okay, so it's okay, so I do hit him. I'll roll for damage. You know, that kind of a thing. So I decided not to implement, again, Death Knights or monks, because there was literally no way I could do it in order without making it ridiculous, basically. Did you terminate Marduk and Hormark? Come in, Deutsch. You copy? You copy? It's Trotman here. Great job on getting his weapons back. There's one final mission you have to run. You up to challenge? His gear alone won't be enough. His heart must be in his battle. To capture that, we need items of sentimental value. The Blackrock Orps have 2 such items. Get in there. Search their coffers for a jade amulet given to him by his wife, who was brutally killed during the invasion. Wow, thanks. Yeah, sure. I'll go do that. You psychopath. Ah, gotcha. I didn't do favored classes, Dakota. Because, everyone with me now, I think every class should be every race, or whatever. Keeshan, you mean Johnny's alive? Bet you're sweet behind, I'll help, but you gotta get me out of this damn cage. Key to this cage is stored in a pouch over at the Warg Den. Problem is, the pouch is resting safely on a tree trunk amongst a sea of bloodthirsty man-killing wargs. You got one shot to get that key without waking up those sleeping wargs. Head over to the den and find a way to the center. Tread carefully. Watch out for the captain. If you got a pet, I'd recommend telling it to stay back. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's go ahead and dismiss. Those are all elites, by the way. All these wargs. Alright. All we gotta do is find a safe path through the wargs. We've got this. It's actually a lot easier than it should be. I would totally make this insane quest of doom. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. That'd be mean. I like how it actually reminds you to call your pet back. That's actually a nice touch. Class ideas I'd like to implement. God, I get that question so often. So I'm going to answer my usual answer. I would like a pure pet-focused class, a support buffer debuffer class, and a ranged tank class. Or all of those could be the same class, based on specs. Oh, oh God. Ah. I think the biggest problem for me is the one with GURPS is the fact that it was a little too rules heavy for me. I prefer rules light systems where you can have more flexibility in how you make things happen. Anytime I tried to GM GURPS for people, they would insist, well, you can't do that, or this doesn't work that way, or blah, 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 and it completely limited my storytelling capacity. And I finally just gave up on it. I don't know. It hurts like hell. It's right under my shoulder blade. And it hurts a lot. It's also causing radiating pain, or whatever that's called. Anyways. Now, I did have racial bonuses, or whatever you want to call that. Oh god, orc! But it wasn't actually stats, it was abilities, which I'll talk about in a second if anybody cares. So I got you the cage key. Yeah, it's payback time! I don't know where Crocker or Danforth are, but Jorgensen was being held at Render's Camp, northwest of here. I was in the same crap-filled cage with him before they relocated me to the mill. If we're gonna get him out, we need the key. A stone-cold witch from hell known as Utroko, the key mistress, holds on tight to that thing. We're gonna have to kill her if we're gonna go to get his cage key. She's up north. Let's go, kid. No, I would not, Charlord. By which I mean I already have, and I decided against it because it was too boring to put it as nicely as I can. It was very much not my thing. Keep up, buddy. I know you just got out of, you know, a cage and all, but keep up. So, where are my notes? Hang on. Azerothian, here we go. Races. And there's my balancing math. Hang on just a second. Actually, I do, Kiriashi. In fact, I do that pretty much every single time before I start streaming and during the lunch breaks in between. Pardon me, give me just a moment here, guys. Here we go. The Magasei and Azeroth setting. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? Races. Bamf. Why don't I make this easy for you, guy? Anyone who cares about my racial stuff can just go click that. Nah, I have a mother who is a pharmacist, an aunt who's a nurse, another aunt who is, was, I should say, past tense, a doctor. I can't get away with just ignoring medical issues in my family. You would not believe how much time I spent just getting good pictures for everything. Seriously, I spent a long time combing the internet for the perfect pictures for everything. Alright, let's save this sucker. I have to admit, even though this is the whole Rambo thing, I'm a little surprised we don't see more of this. People who are completely scarred by the war, I mean. Like, I know this is Warcraft, I know that this is a heavily romanticized view in war, and I like that, I want to stress. But it was kind of nice just this once to see an insight into how much, you know, war affects and chars and scars someone after interacting with others. What do you mean? I need to wait now. Go for it, Zoan. If you want, I'll give you the list of my classes, too. Which is this one, I believe. You have to give me a moment. Yep, this is it. I actually spent a fairly large amount of time working on this one. Bamf. There you go. Mister! Damn, it's good to see a friendly face. Let's get out of here. I know where they're holding Crocker and Danforth. We gotta hurry. They were prepping those two for sacrifice. Crap! Let's go! Cracker's up on the chopping block as we speak. The orcs brought a Gurabashi witch doctor. Really? Interesting. Not sure what they would be doing with the Gurabashi. actually kind of makes me wonder. Well, we found the coffer, at least. Got his headband. Gotta have the headband, of course. Hello, Jemke. Welcome to hell. Stupid Gurabashi troll. Hey, buddy. Where am I? What happened? Oh my gosh! We gotta get to Danforth. It might be too late. Well, let's go then. Danforth's being tortured on the other side of the cave. There's no telling what state he's in by now. We gotta get over there and save him. Overlord Barbarius. Really? Barbarius? Has the key to the level holding... Ah! Keep up. Has the key to the level holding Danforth up. We'll work together as a team. We can kill that bastard. Once he's dead, we have to get Danforth out of here. Let's go! Wait, wrong music. Sorry, wrong music. I must have gone the wrong way. Or... yeah, I feel like I'm going the wrong way. So what are you thinking of it so far, Zhipke? Jimke's like, I hate Vashir, just like all players hate Vashir. Except for all the players who love Vashir. Seriously, Vashir is such a love or hate zone. It's kind of funny to me. Be free! No. You're fishing in the pool where the guy's being tortured. That's kind of messed up, really. It's very Pandaran, though. That gentleman's being tortured, but I can't save him yet. I suppose I will go fishing. And now, to kill Steel. I like how everyone's present guy reacted to my guy's comment. Thank you, Zuan. Every now and again, I just get a weird bug to design a game. And so I do. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but it's fun for me, you know? I enjoy it. Ah! So, yeah. Be free! Be free? Be free. Seriously, let him out of there. Hey, buddy. Oh. Okay. We have freed Danforth. We actually have a freaking army at our back. Sorta, we have a squad at our back. I don't know who you are, mister, but you've earned the respect and admiration of Bravo Company. You've managed to save our hides and kill a boatload of orcs in the process. Kinda literally. Get back to Lakeshire and report to the Colonel. We'll find Johnny and deliver the good news in person. With... You know, I've actually disagreed with that myself for many years. See, the problem is armor class is a very misleading term. Armor class actually involves how difficult it is for you to be hit. Everyone knows that. But the point is, it's supposed to be like your armor deflecting blows rather than absorbing blows. And you know, your own ability to dodge and weave and all that fun stuff. But calling it AC has always just been kind of a thing. But then again, it could be worse. It could be called Thaco. Actually, I can just do this. And let's be honest, nobody liked Thaco. Nobody! Except for the people who did. Alright. Yeah, no kidding, Jenkies. He just hold his breath like, you gonna save me now?
Greetings.
All right.
Light bless you.
Hey there.
It's fantastic work. These will come in handy for our next project. The Lakeshire Super Bridge! Meant to traverse the entire lake of Everstill. It should be done in about 20 years or so. Give about a decade or two.
Safe travels.
The Super Bridge. Sure. I have not released Lilu. I do it just for fun, like I said.
King's honor, friend.
Here. Got you as trinkets.
Be careful.
Unbelievable work, Deutsch. You've managed to rescue the entire Bravo company from the clutches of the Blackrock Orcs. With Keeshan's team rescued and Keeshan's belonging returns, there's no way he can refuse us. Take this bundle of Keeshan's possessions and head back to the inn. Bravo Company's already there talking to him. Remind him who drew first blood. Lakeshire needs Keeshan. The Alliance needs Keeshan. Dismissed.
For the Alliance.
I would actually probably do both, Ziwan. I would actually do both easily and swiftly. Actually, Charlord, I've kind of stopped giving out that information because of trollers. So, there's your answer. So there he is, Rambo. He's got the bow, he's got the bandana. He's also standing over a corpse, which is kind of creepy. You again. My bow, my knife, my amulet. We've got orcs to kill. Dun-dun-dun-dun! Those Blackrock orcs are gonna need an army to handle the Bravo Company. When you're ready to go, meet us at the dock, and I'll set off on the riverboat. Let's do it! Let's kill some Blackrock scum! I would also... Okay, so what I would do, Zoan, to make my statement more clear, I would have chance to resist and just negate the damage. A low chance, but a chance nonetheless. I would have absorb damage, and then I would have something that offers both as a high level alchemy potion or something like that. That's how I would do that. Options. Big in favor of options. Yeah, I know, right? This is literally not even a squad. A squad is 8 people, for those curious. We are 6. I suppose in some settings we are. Oh my god, their fire mage is propelling us. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Aw, it's old Gummers. Absorb as in the damage isn't done. It's a bubble. It's a shield. So, I know, everyone makes fun of the references, blah, blah, blah. I like these quests, especially from this point on. And I have to admit, this section... Well, we'll get there. What? Okay, I can do that.
Well met.
It's orc killing time. Before we do a damned thing, we need to do like a bunch of quests. You'll help me with that. There's a matter of scouting. Thankfully, we've got some help from Stormwind. An old war buddy of mine, Brubaker, was sent here by SI-7 to help scout for us.
Light bless you.
That would be great, Jengies. Alright, I got this. Oh. And then he just sits and starts drinking. He's drinking for a few minutes. Alright, I'm ready. Anyways. So, report! The Blackrock Orcs blew up the bridge leading to Stonewatch Keep. Frontal assault's out of the question. Crocker? 2 ways to get behind enemy lines, Donnie. 3 if you count being dead. North through Outler's Mill, but we'll have to cut through an army of wargs. Or south through the valley. What do you have on the valley? Orcs all over the damn place, Johnny. 1 main tower at the choke and 2 smaller huts. It's a death trap. Death trap, huh? Mister, I got a plan. I'm gonna need some C4ium. C4ium? Where the hell am I gonna get C4ium from, Johnny? Not my problem, mister. Make it happen. Deutsch, get your crap ready. I'm sending you into the field. We're gonna need some supplies before we take out the Blackrock army and save Redridge. That's where you come in, rookie. Keeshan put me in charge of getting camouflage together for the Bravo Company field kit. What I need you to do is head south and do a little, gardening. There are 2 parts to this little adventure. Leaves and fox poop. You need them both. Once again, we should have made that a counter. First part of this mission is all covert ops. To that end, we need to incapacitate the enemy without making any sounds. For that, we're going to need chloroform. The muck dwellers at the bottom of the lake hold chloroform in their glands. That's kind of creepy. I'm going to need you to go underwater and get them. Okay, I can do that. Just south of here, on Lake Ridge Highway, are a group of Blackrock Orcs that stalk the forest under cover of darkness and ambush the uninitiated. That group is the first line of defense for the Blackrock Army. They're scouts, reporting everything they see back to Central Command. They need to be taken out, or our mission is compromised. Let's go for a swim. You know, if you remember, I mentioned earlier how the Blackrock Orcs here are under the command of the Gnolls. I only point that out because you might think that's a plot hole, but it isn't. Because the Orcs are still fully active despite us having basically defeated the Gnolls and their leaders. But why would the Orcs still be active? I am so sorry, Darsh Monster. Yeah, no kidding, Diesel. I bet there's at least one group of people who are always like, alright, we need to make sure we get a poop quest in this zone. But we don't want to just put it randomly. Let's think about it, okay? So let's lay out the story for this zone. Wait. There's this one mission where we want to have, like a infiltration mission. Perfect time for it. Bingo! High five! As I mentioned earlier to Quetta, these are the dregs of the Blackrock clan. These are nobodies. Like, calling these guys peons would be kind of pathetic. Actually, gnolls are bigger than orcs, and generally stronger one-on-one. However, again, orcs should never actually serve gnolls unless they were pathetic orcs. Which these are, for the most part. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm alive. Or am I? I know, right, Nicholas? It's fine, Darch. We'll just slowly suffocate. Actually, we drown, not suffocate, to be completely honest. Alright, time to get us some fox poop. Yay. I'm sorry for going kind of off topic, but anyone here follow Ark Survival Evolved? Because the thing they did recently actually made me literally facepalm. Ark Survival Evolved. It's a video game. So, there's a way in the game to basically become stuck in the game. And if you get stuck in the game, well, apparently the developers really didn't want to add a suicide button. I have no idea why. It's kind of a normal thing in games like that. There is such a thing as a slash unstuck. It's an add-on. Psychotic. So, you know, when you slash unstuck, you either, you know, die and then respawn somewhere, or you just warp back to the respawn point, you know, something like that. Because, let's be honest, there are plenty of games where getting permanently stuck is a thing that can happen. Not just because of bugs, but sometimes because of other players' interactions, right? But they really didn't want to add a suicide option, so instead, they came up with a brilliant solution. They decided to make the characters randomly crap every now and again. Just drop it on the ground. Now, you might be like, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, if you eat that, you die. So, that's a thing. I just thought I'd share an example of bad game design while we're talking about good game design here. Holy crap! Okay, they found the SI-7 agent. How the hell did the dregs of orcs find an SI-7 agent? Well, I actually have an answer for this for you, but we'll get to it. He's dead. Looks like they're trying to send a message. There's something in his pouch, though. Keeshan, if you're reading this note, I'm dead. My position has been compromised. Orcs are committing unspeakable atrocities against their prisoners. Yes, prisoners! They've got cages full of POWs. If you're gonna blow up this valley, you need to free the prisoners first. Tell my wife I love her and to take out the damn trash. P.S. They've got black dragons. Bam! And with that, we understand exactly what's really going on here. Because these are just pathetic, worthless, terrible Blackrock orcs who don't know anything. The only reason they are a force to be reckoned with at all is because they are being backed by the Black Dragon Flight. Not all the animals are at war here, but there's a few of them, yes, Hypertroller. We're going through Lakeshire, the Redridge Mountains area right now. Right now we're fighting against the Blackrock Orcs and their patrons, the Black Dragon Flight.
Light be with you.
It is worth noting that as of this exact moment in time, story-wise, timeline-wise, there is exactly one Black Dragon that we know of who is not corrupted by the old god influence that influenced Deathwing forever ago. And that would be the gentleman Alf in Outland, who we've already actually talked about. I just point that out because a certain event hasn't happened yet. Damn it. It's got more complicated. We've got prisoners of war to rescue before we can blow up the valley. Not to mention the orcs have black dragons.
Be careful.
I like how they all assume the Blackrock orcs are controlling the dragons. Haha, right? I mean, I know Dragon Maw, but these are not the Dragon Maw. Great work. We need to move quickly before they send reinforcements. Did you recover the glands? Perfect. Those orcs won't know what hit them. Literally. I'll need a few minutes to get these in working order. Leaves and poop. Nice job, rookie. I'm going to go ahead and put camo in the box. We should be ready soon.
Need help?
Bravo Company Field Kit is ready. I'm going to equip you with it, and you're going to enter there and free our POWs. I'm sending Jorgensen with you to watch your back. Now, the prisoners are being held on the northeast side of the valley in a large cage. But the key to the cage is in a cave to the south side of the valley. You'll have to steal the key, create a distraction, and free the citizens. Good luck!
For the Alliance.
Hey, by the way, nice little touch. They actually have little markers showing where the enemy units are and where the Alliance units are. That kind of thing. Just a cool little touch there. Alright, let's go, Jorgensen. Alright, got my field kit. I can stealth, I can distract, and I can knock out. I've suddenly become a rogue. So yeah, there's the bridge they took out. Used to be a bridge leading right up to the fortress there. So obviously that's a no-go. Let's head this way. Alright, what are you linking me, Zawan? Whip. Other than getting me killed. Oh, you're talking about real life. Real life. Don't bring your real life into this one. Yep, totally stealthed, as you can see. Stealth. And yeah, there's a black dragon just kind of... Black dragon being ridden. Interesting. But yeah, for reference, a long time ago I actually memorized the Imperial Order of Battle. And it was based off of a real life thing. I don't remember which anymore. So that's what I use as a standard henceforth. And have for a long time. Alright. We need to get that key. Alright, we can do this. Yeah, we got the camouflage up. We're fine. You know, we're not flying about this. Go look at that distraction. God, who knew sapping took so long? Real life's a game I keep waiting for the expansion to come out on. They've been taking forever on it. Pretty much, Darch. I'm going to assume that, Dakoita. Because, I mean, my camouflage appears to be me just shedding leaves periodically. I mean, look at that. Leaves. I'm also, about 10 levels too high for this zone. On top of that, Charlord. Alright, it's time to be free. Be free. Blah, blah, blah. So this is where all the... So if you remember way back at the beginning of this quest chain, they were talking about how tons and tons of people had been kidnapped by gnolls. This is when we were finally rescuing him. Almost at the end of the entire zone. Looks like the POWs are free. Tom, isn't this really, really dangerous, just freeing them with all the orcs right there? No? Okay, whatever. Ah, crap. It was dangerous. Oh, crap. Kill him. Kill him. I'll save you. It's okay. I'm over-leveled for this zone. I can take them on. Even though they're all elites. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Hang on. Hang on. Anyways. She just does not want to stay in combat, does she? Ham. That would be great, Darsh. Okay, you know what? I give up. I'm in combat, and I don't have feigned death, so I have to kill this chick. I have to kill you. You don't understand. It's my mission. I like how that monk is trying to help me. No! Why do they keep resetting? What is evading you? Ah, here. I'm right on your face. Here. Just die. There. It was worth it because I saved the people who were frickin' fleeing. Radio beeps. Do you understand yet, Deutsch? Do you see now what we gotta do to win a war against these monsters? You gotta become war! No mercy! Can't we just... With the POWs freed, you're clear to plant the C4ium. Carefully make your way into each of the structures and plant a charge. So, they all ran up this canyon. Now, that actually does lead somewhere. In fact, it even leads to a neutral zone right there. But I gotta wonder if that's the best idea, fleeing from there to a goblin town. Is that just... I mean, I guess? I don't know. What the heck do I know? I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Now, that wasn't the Rambo 1 approach. That was the Rambo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 approach. I'm sure you've all seen the kill counters from the various Rambo movies picture. I don't know, Takoida. Like, I'm really curious about that. Because I was like, oh crap, they're just running off. And then, I actually, you know what? I suppose what I was probably supposed to do... Why am I not stealthed? What I was probably supposed to do was to chloroform the guards, or distract the guards so they wouldn't go after the troops. Or the civilians, rather. Instead, I just decided to kill them. It's a lot more efficient that way. Aren't I? Okay. Creed. Does not sound super familiar now. Hey, go look at that shiny thing. I'm in the hut. Gosh darn it. I've seen the movie Assassin's Creed. No, I'm kidding, of course, it isn't out yet. Lakeshire and Duskwood at the minimum. Might do more. Depends on how long those take. Duskwood isn't actually a large zone, really. Uh-oh. Well, crap. They cast Detect Stealth. Apparently, the distraction didn't work. Let's try another distraction. Surely it'll work this time. Hey, it worked this time. Yay. And you... Hot Shots Part 2. Alright, whoa, whoa, whoa. Legend of Stollivan. Alright, everything's been planted. We apparently need to go way over here next. Well, we did still kill one of them, Charlord. So... Sneak, 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 sneak. Jenkinson, quick! I need a new basket of flowers. I'm running out. Nothing to see here, orcs. Nothing to see. Okay, I think we're in the clear. I can't. Messner kills bad guys so fast. I wish I could kill as fast as him. Why can't I shoot fireballs? Why does the light have fireballs? Hey, so here's where all the refugees went. Looks like they didn't decide to go to the Goblin Town. Okay.
Light be with you.
And now we blow the whole thing
Go
up.
with honor, friend.
Those explosives you planted were high yield. When I push this button, that whole valley's going to be consumed by fire and death. You know, I think you should do the honors. You did the hard work after all.
For the Alliance.
Okay. Just think, someday this engine will support malleable terrain on the fly. And then we'll actually see stuff blowing up rather than having to do tricks like that. Yeah, that's actually kind of impressive, but hey.
King's honor, friend.
Did you see that? Orcs explode? That's how we do it in Bravo Company. sir. Now we need to clean up the rest of these jackasses.
Go with honor, friend.
Johnny, you realize we just blew up half of Redridge, right? Redridge will heal, but them orcs sure won't. We got lucky with some vital intelligence with the locals of the valley. Those two behind us, the Ranthals, have informed me the Knolls are being controlled by a powerful magus. Problem is, the tower's sealed off by a force field. First thing we need to do is get you inside. Kill the Knoll General as your ticket inside.
Light bless you.
Hey. It's one of the Baldwins. Now that every Blackrock Orth south of Everstill is nothing more than ash and cinder, we can turn our attention to the Shadowhide Knoll army. I want you to go out there and kill them all! Operation Extinction! Seriously, that's what it says. Operation Extinction. Because that's what we do here in the Alliance. We extinct things. No, he's pretty wrong, Rory. Actually, if the Cataclysm has taught me anything, it's that the land will not heal, at least, especially not on its own. For those of you not aware, as of this exact moment in time, story-wise, where we are here, there's this giant hole in reality over here called the Maelstrom, and it's threatening to rip the planet apart, actively, right now. So I'm pretty sure that giant wound there will not heal itself, because it wouldn't and didn't. There are the strongest shamans in the world right there right now. Many of them trying to keep that thing from literally ripping the planet apart. No, it might not, Hylisk, admittedly. They have gotten very creative with this engine. I just want to definitely give them huge props. They have done some amazing stuff with this engine over the years. It is noticeably improved since vanilla, what they can do with this. I especially like the player-specific phasing that they started doing as of Kata. And terrain phasing, which I kind of hope they do more of. We'll see if they do anything with that in Legion. Well, you heard the man. Operation Extinction. Anyone got a genocide scroll on them? Anyone know what a genocide scroll is? Yes, the Maelstrom has, but not the hole in reality. The Maelstrom has been there since the Sundering, but the Shattering, which is the event that happened when Deathwing broke through the elemental plane of Earth, Deepholm, into the world, basically left this massive gashing wound in the planet. And that wound was going to snap open and basically cause the entire planet to cave in on itself and be destroyed. If, not for the fact that a large team of shamans, again, the most powerful shamans in the world, went there to try and prevent that from happening. It's something from a game called NetHack, which I imagine most of you have never heard of. That would explain Fermi's paradox, Jenkins. I think I'm speaking of the right paradox. I always get my scientific terms confused because I'm terrible and stupid. Hello? Is this thing on? There we go. Good work, Deutsch. We're closing in on the Blackrock High Command. There's nowhere left for the dogs to run. And now to take out the Knoll General, General Fangor! Well, that was easy. Hear you loud and clear, Deutsch. Well, the easy part's over. It's time for Phase 2. Good work, kid. I got some vital intel for you. The Magus is in the only tower in the entire region. And he's some human named Doan. Damn, traitor's working with the Blackrock Orcs. I want him dead. Any human that works with orcs must die for the Alliance, for the light. Use the key of Ilgalar and get inside that tower. Work your way to the top and show Doan what Bravo Company does to traitors. Rendezvous back in the Shalewind Canyon when the deed's done. Keeshan, over now. You know, I don't think I actually have the Suicide Dagger. That's an archaeology thing, isn't it? I don't remember what it's called. No, that's not it. I can't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I don't actually have it yet, I'm pretty sure. I have kind of left archaeology alone for a while. So, what do you mean by conceptual magic, Dakota? Because most of the magic in this setting is actually fairly linear, fairly well explained. There's actually a term for that whose name I can't think of right now, which basically is that magic isn't just a fix-all. It follows its own rules, in other words. It's one of the reasons sometimes magic is referred to as another form of technology. In fact, I've done that several times myself, saying a race is particularly advanced in magic, just like they could be advanced in technology. So there's not a lot of just magic in the setting. Admittedly, for the record, I prefer that. I prefer magic that is self-consistent and follows its own rules, rather than magic that can do whatever because it's magic. I don't like that kind of morphic, non-linear nature that some settings do. My god, he's a necromancer! Wait, what? He teleported away. Apparently we will cower before Dark Blaze. Who the heck is Dark Blaze? Ah, well, I doubt it's relevant. I have a really vague memory of that, Dakota, but I don't remember the specifics. I'm glad you like it, Call Me Fives. It was quite a bit of an effort to go do it. Ah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Rules magic, basically. Magic that applies itself as if there was a rule, making it happen. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Okay. There are actually only a very few number of rules magic in the entire setting, actually. In fact, the biggest form of rules magic in the entire setting that I can think of is a Nethrezim artifact called the Helm of Domination. The power that gave whoever wielded it, and the form of the Lich King that it gave that, was tremendous. It wasn't like raw power, though. It was conceptual, like you said. It was what it could do and how it could do it that actually made it worthwhile and significant. Hang on, let me read the quest here.
What can I do for you?
He teleported away? Dark Blaze? What the hell's going on here? Whatever. Time to strap in and finish this nonsense.
Be careful.
Heads up! Payload incoming! Where the hell did this come from? Tropeman. Tropeman? Colonel? At your service. Hey, Extractify.
Well met.
The name of this quest is... Ah! Ah! I can't say it right. I'm here to help you and Bravo Company end this mess. You're to get in the Bravo Company siege tank and clear a path to the other side of the valley. This is a high alert situation, as the orcs are now aware of your location. Terminate them all with extreme prejudice.
Light bless you.
Let's do it! Oh, I want this mount. I was going to say, you know the answer to that. Holy crap. Oh my god! Look at that! Look at what we did to this. This is what we did to the land. To take out the orcs. I'm not sure the people of Lakeshire will be happy with us after having annihilated pretty much the entire valley there. I am going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Gosh darn it. Why'd they start it over here? Whatever. So, yeah, anyway, so conceptual magic. Like I said, there are extremely few examples of it in the entire game. In fact, the example I just gave you, the Helm of Domination, is one of the only examples I could think of. But what it did, I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. The Helm, it was pointing this way. The Helm acts as a sort of a amplifier. Oh, clearly, Rory, it'll totally heal. It'll act as an amplifier for the already existent necromantic power. So imagine someone who is given the power to control undead, any undead. And that's the first conceptual magic, just the ability to control any undead. Yes, there is the ability to resist that, but in general, that's what it is. It's just, I can control undead. Then the amplifier, which allows you to... Oh my god, dude. Then there's the amplifier, which allows you to reach pretty much the entire planet with it. One of the things he just said was, there are no friendly civilians! Because he's crazy. I kind of want that gun. So between those two rules, those two forms of conceptual magic, the Lich King wasn't, you know, some super ridiculously powerful, amazing person. He was instead someone who had the ability to control any undead in the entire planet simultaneously. So all that was needed at that point was someone with sufficient discipline, willpower, skill, etc. to use that power properly. Oh my god. It's a little grisly. Yes and no, respectively, King Goldar. So, that was horrifying.
Need help?
The only thing left to do now is deal with the orcs at the keep. Alright, they're all holed up in Stonewatch Keep directly south of here. I want you and the rest of Bravo Company to enter the Stonewatch and put an end to the invasion. No survivors.
For the Alliance.
Let's do it. Also, just to make sure the orcs get the point. Anywho. This has always amused me a little bit, by the way. Even back in vanilla, the Blackrock orcs had said, hey, there's some Alliance fortifications there. Why don't we take them over? Because the Alliance military abandoned them. Feel the thunder. Your pain excites me. Okay, calm down there, Rambo. Death here for you. I like that broken common. You know, they can speak common. That's a thing. Alright, one lieutenant down. Probably Dakota. Actually, these orcs aren't. The ones in vanilla definitely were. But these orcs are the remnants of the Dark Horde. So, these ones actually had their own arms and armament from that organization. So there he is, Gath Ilzog. Alright, buddy. You ready to meet the pain train? Your corpses will feed the Blackrock war machine. You know, you're not the Scourge. That's not literally true. Come in, Deutsch. Are you there? Can you hear me? Blackrock has the upper hand. I repeat, Blackrock has the upper hand. Holy crap. So that is a full-fledged dragon, not just a drake. Bravo, company. All present and accounted for. Did you truly believe the orcs had the presence of mind to plan their own invasion of this magnitude? No matter. You'll die now, a paltry offering to Deathwing as our march on Stormwind begins. Damn it, stop switching through... Stop switching sides. I don't know, Dakota. To gloat. I grow weary of these games. Suffer in flames. And he just killed the entire company. Except for Keeshan. Who... You gutless bastard, you killed them all! And now I kill you! Now you'll die with me, Keeshan. This world has enough heroes. One of the reasons I like this quest is every single one of those people we ran around and saved and learned a bit about their backstories and their personalities are all dead now. Unfortunately, Keeshan survived that. Roll my eyes. Thanks, warlords. Seriously, Hylisk.
Greetings.
They died in defense of the Alliance, in defense of our kingdoms. Heroes, all of them. They will be laid to rest. Return to Lakeshire and let Solomon know that the Blackrock invasion has been stopped. Make sure he understands the cost at which our freedom came. We lost 5 of our finest heroes to save Redridge, and ultimately Stormwind. You are the last surviving member of Bravo Company. It is up to you to keep its legacy alive. Dismissed.
Be careful.
Hey, Azure. Based on what I understand, Takoida, regardless of which form a dragon is in, their stats, if you will, don't actually change. The only thing that changes is what they can physically do. Now, most dragons prefer to be in dragon form when fighting because they can physically do more as a dragon. You know, chomp and bite and claw and breathe, whatever. And of course, they've got the wings. But they would still be as durable, for example, and arguably as strong in humanoid form. It's also amusing to me because there is one dragon who almost universally prefers his humanoid form over all other forms. Raytheon. Although there may be other reasons for that. Cough.
King's honor, friend.
They will never be forgotten, Deutsch. What you and the rest of Bravo Company have sacrificed in order to keep Redridge safe will be a tale told for ages to come. While I can in no way make up for the loss of your friends, I feel you must be rewarded for such a heroic deed. These are Keeshan's possessions, the only things we found when we dredged the lake for his body. Troutman's informed me that Keeshan would have wanted you to take something as the surviving member. Well, I could take his bow, but it actually doesn't look as cool, so no.
Go with honor, friend.
That sounds fairly accurate to me, Takoda. Remember, dragons are an artificial construct. I don't mean like a golem. I mean like they were designed to be that way by the keepers. They're not an innate creature.
Looking for something specific?
Proto-drakes are an innate creature. Dragons are proto-dragons, proto-drakes that have been morphed and warped into this new type of entity specifically designed for the sole purpose of serving the Titan's
See you
will.
around.
So, yeah. Did I never... What do I have? Let's just... So we're going to go ahead and chop it off and do the lunch thing that I do. And then we're going to go ahead and do Duskwood next. So I hope you will join me for that in just a few.